Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Hey, it is Super Bowl Sunday. Um, have some time before the game this afternoon, so taking Luna out for our daily walk. She's chomping at the bit, I should say, to get going. You want to go get your ball? Go get your ball. Go get it. All right. Well, she'll come. She'll probably be in and out of the video. Anyways, I hope everybody's having a great weekend. I'm looking forward to watching the game this afternoon. Heading over to some friend's house should be a good time. But we need to bring an appetizer, right, to share with everybody. So I saw this cool recipe the other day, and so I thought I'd give it a go. It's basically like a deconstructed jalapeno popper with the addition of some Italian sausage, some chicken. We're going to roll it up with some bacon, and put it in the smoker. It's going to be very tasty. I think that you guys are really going to like this one, and I think it's going to work really well for a Super Bowl hors d'oeuvre. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be up to cooking wise. Hope all of you, like I said, are doing well and enjoying this beautiful weekend here in California. Spring has sprung. It is gorgeous. It's just beautiful weather to be out and about. And I think Luna would agree. Would you agree, huh, Lou? All right. Um, okay, when I bring you guys back, I will show you what we're working with. As always, I appreciate you coming back and checking out the videos. If you're not already and like this type of content, please consider subscribing. Hit the like button and get those notifications. When I bring you guys back, I'll show you what we're doing. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, guys, and we are back. Well, as you can see in front of you, we got a lot of really yummy ingredients. And I would say in this case, it's going to be really difficult to point out the all-star here. I think we've got so many good things. They're all going to kind of shine on their own. Well, right in front of you there, you see we got some chicken breast, right? What we're going to do with that is we're going to scallopini it. So we're going to cut that in half. We're going to pound that out, make that really thin. And that's going to be the chicken base of this, right? Back there, we got some Italian sausage that's spicy. You can also use chorizo would work really good. We're gonna cook that down, and that's what's gonna blend with our cream cheese there, and that'll be, of course, yummy. We're gonna slice up those jalapenos, de-seed them, not completely. It's kind of to one's own spice level that we should take the seeds out, so that's kind of up to you. We've got some cilantro back there. It's gonna mix in with the cheese and the sausage. Of course, we got some bacon, which is gonna wrap all this yumminess up. We've got all kinds of spices. We've got some Old Bay that's going to kind of go on our chicken, give that some nice spice base. We've got some midnight espresso tango spice back there. That's also going to go on the chicken. Has kind of a coffee base, tastes pretty good. Garlic powder, cumin, hot sauce, pepper, salt, some garlic. Also, garlic's going to go in a little bit in that sausage, but there's also going to be a glaze at the very end, which is going to be our maple syrup, honey, a little butter, Worcestershire sauce, and more of that garlic and some of those spices. So we're going to combine this all together. It's going to be a great game day treat. When I come back, we'll start cooking up that sausage and getting that chicken ready. Back in a bit. So we've got some olive oil down here. I've let that heat up just a bit, and we are going to get our spicy Italian sausage down on there. Basically, we're just going to crumple this up, get that cooked down, and then once that's cooked down, we will add some minced garlic. And we do want to get a nice cook on this because we want that all totally done once that mixes up with that cream cheese. So let that cook down for maybe 5-10 minutes. And then, like I said, we'll get that garlic in there. It should be real tasty. Hang on, and we'll get some peppers cut up. So to get our jalapenos all ready, like this, we got him. We'll chop off the stem. And then what really works well is if you have one of these peelers or core, you'll see the little spoon on there, you can just go into the jalapeno and make circular movements, all right? And what that's going to do is that's just going to spoon out all of those seeds and the white rind, which is what has all the heat. So, like I said, we're not going to get it completely out, but that, as you can see, that totally hollows that out, makes it really easy to accomplish that. So I'm going to go do that for all of these. You can hear the sausage cooking in the background. We'll chop all this up, get that cream cheese mixed in, and when I can bring you guys back, I'll show you how we're going to mix this all up. Back in a bit. Okay, so now it's time to get our chicken ready. And because the chicken is going to be what wraps everything up ultimately, we want that to be cut really thinly. We want it to be very thin so we can roll it up. Quick to mention, it's really important not to cross-contaminate. So as you can see, clean cutting board, we've already done the chopping of our veggies. We don't want to cut chicken, or we don't want to cut veggies after we've cut chicken on this surface. And so just wanted to make a quick mention of that. How are we going to go about this? So you can see right now we've got a very thick chicken breast. So what we want to do is, starting at the thickest part, we're just going to go work our way down that breast. You might even be able to do this more than once. Cut that off, and I think we can actually. And what we're going to end up with here is nice fillets of that chicken. Watch your fingers as you're cutting here. Okay. And the goal is just to make that really thin. Once we do that, we're going to get some wax paper. I've got 2 layers here. We'll lay that down on that chicken. We'll get our tenderizing hammer, and we'll give that some wax. And I apologize ahead of time for the noise, but that is how you accomplish that. And I think you'll get the idea. I don't think I need to continue that, but I'm going to continue once off camera. But you can see what's happening in there is, as we're pounding that down, it's getting much thinner, which is going to be crucial to be able to wrap these jalapeno poppers up. So I'm going to continue on with this. When we come back, we'll mix together our cream cheese and sausage and cilantro, and we'll get this dish moving forward. Back in a bit. So, as you can see, we've got our Italian sausage done and down in our bowl here with that garlic. Smells fantastic. Now, that's still warm, and what that's going to help do is that's going to help incorporate that cream cheese in, so we get a good mix on there. But what also helps with that is, if you leave the cream cheese out for a few hours before you need to use it, that kind of helps soften that up. So that's that. Let's get a little cilantro down. If you see my past videos, I'm a fan of cilantro. So you never have too much of that. So we got some of that. We have some ground cumin. We're going to get down in there, maybe about a teaspoon or so. Looks about right. Some garlic powder, in addition to our garlic salt. Of course, some fresh cracked pepper, and a little bit of salt, not too much because we've got a lot of salt going on in there. So now what you want to do is simply incorporate that, the cream cheese and that sausage. And like I said, the heat from the sausage will help melt that cream cheese and get that nice and blended up. So I'm going to continue doing that. When we come back, we're going to show you how we're going to assemble all this together and get that ready for the smoker. Back in a few. Okay, and we are ready to assemble. We've got our bacon laid down as the base, because that's ultimately what's going to wrap up the chicken. But before we start putting the filling on that chicken, let's get a little spice on there. Some of that midnight rub I was telling you about. We want everything to have a little bit of a spice layer. That looks good. And then we're going to come down with some of our filling, which is that, of course, the sausage and the cream cheese and the cilantro. You don't want to overfill it, but you definitely want some nice filling. That's also going to help hold that jalapeno in there. So let's try that. That looks about right. Now we got a little bit of a snafu right there. Let's get that out of the way. Okay. And then we're going to come down with our jalapeno. And we just want to go like, let's try 3 of those. See how that works for us. And like I said, you just want to roll this up kind of like a burrito, I would guess, maybe is what I could equate that to. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Then we're going to come in with our bacon, start one end, work our way around, and I'm pretty sure that each piece of chicken is going to require 2 pieces of bacon. You see kind of how I kind of overlap that a little bit as well. So that's what we're end up with. What we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to throw those on the smoker, cook those down. Let me get the other ones assembled. When I bring you back, we'll be out at the smoker. Okay, and we are ready to get these guys on the smoker. And I'll show you guys. I actually got a new smoker that I've been using for Christmas. This is a master-built smoker. Works real well. It's an electric smoker, but as you can see here, we've got the water bath down there, which keeps the meat real moist while it's smoking. You can actually put the chips in through this side compartment without having to open the door, so you don't lose any temperature as you're as you're going through the cook. It just works really well. I actually prefer it a lot more to my Traeger. And so that's what we're going to be using today. Let's get a little Pam down before we get all the meat in. I do find that helps, keeps things from sticking. So we're just going to get a nice coating of that. Let's get our deconstructed poppers onto that grill. And one thing I did do after the last shot is I found that it was going to be helpful to put a piece of bacon around the outer edges of the wraps as well to keep that filling from coming out during the cook. So my smoker's been preheating to about 275 for about an hour, and it's going to take about an hour and a half, I believe, to get these cooked in full. And so looks pretty good. I think you'd agree. So I'm going to get the rest of those down. When I bring you back, we will get that glaze on there, and I will show you that finished product. So hang in there. We'll be back in a bit. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we ended up with. Let's pop the top here. Pop the side, I should say. Oh, would you look at that? That's what we're going for, guys. I think we all know we got something tasty here. Okay, so next step here is we have some glaze here that we made up, and this is that honey, maple syrup. We've got some butter in there, some hot sauce, some garlic, and Worcestershire sauce. And so the recipe for that will actually be in the comments section for y'all to try for yourselves. But what we're gonna do, get some glaze on there, and I think that's going to create a nice kind of like a sweet. Like a sweet, spicy type of flavor concept, which I think is going to work really well. So, and this held up really well, which I'm happy to see. All the filling stayed in there. Hopefully the camera's not going everywhere where I'm trying to get that glaze on. But, oh boy, that's going to be tasty. Anyway, this game is set to start here in about 15 minutes. So, that big bite, you're going to have to take my word for it. And I think the picture says 1,000 words here. There's no doubt these are going to be so tasty. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you so much for joining me on another video. Like I always say, if you aren't and like this type of content, please consider subscribing and hit that thumbs up button and get those notifications. We will catch y'all in the next one. Bye.